Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. I'm going to Scott selections here for Monday, December 11th. For again today's play of the day. Quick recap what happened yesterday. We had a loss in the NFL with Jamar Chase over 6.5 receiving yards at minus 115 on BetMGM. Bengals offense was great, scored 34 points, but Chase really never got the ball as he only got targeted 3 times as he finished with less than 30 receiving yards. So not exactly a great read there. Look for a winner here on Monday. And for today's play of the day, going to do a bankroll builder once again. Going to take one NBA game and one NFL game. Going to look at the Pacers game against the Pistons. And we're going to parlay the Pacers money line with the Dolphins minus 6.5. And that two-pick pays out at minus 125 on DraftKings. Time recording of 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Covering why we're going to take the Pacers money line in this game. First reason, it's not often you get to say in a video that you're fading an NBA team that's lost 19 straight games. But here we are, because the Pistons have lost 19 straight games. I believe they are 2-20 on the season, 1-10 straight up at home. They've been a mess and hasn't gotten better recently for them, as 6 of their last 7 losses have been by at least 9 points. Now you're looking at the Pacers this season. They've been solid, and they have won 3 of their last 4 games by at least 9 points. Now you could argue that it's a bad actual spot for the Pacers because they had a deep run in the in-season tournament before losing eventually in the finals to the Lakers. However, you can also argue it's a pretty decent spot for the Pacers because they didn't win the tournament, so they might still be motivated to, have some unfinished business type thing because they weren't able to get the job done in the end. So I don't exactly expect a look at spot by any means. If they won the title, then maybe I would, but they didn't. So I think the Pacers will be motivated for this game to beat up on a weak team and to get back on track after having a pretty rough game against the Lakers in Vegas on a Saturday. But to go through the actual head-to-head meetings this season, the Pacers won the first meeting by 23 points, and I do think the Pacers offensively have a little bit too much firepower for the Pistons to match, especially considering the offensive rating for these teams. The Pacers this season rank first in the league in offensive rating, while the Pistons rank 28th, and the Pistons might be a bit shorthanded for this game, as both Duran's ruled out, Bagley's doubtful, so you might see James Wiseman getting the start at the center spot. I'm sure a lot of people forgot Wiseman was still in the league after he fizzled out in Golden State, and he's been a bench warmer with Detroit ever since. But the point is, Detroit's front line is a bit compromised, and offensively, this team isn't that good to begin with. I see the Pacers winning this game in general. They might win by margin, but I'll play it safe with the road team here and take the money line instead. But to talk about the Dolphins minus 6.5, first of all, the Titans have been in free fall recently, as they've lost 4 of their last 5 games, including a heartbreaking overtime loss to the Colts at home last week. Now, the Titans have also lost each of their last 9 road games dating back to last season, so they have been useless in opposing arenas. And you're looking at the Dolphins recently and overall this season, they've been very good. That's why they're in first place in the division. The Dolphins have won each of their last 3 games by at least 7 points. They've also won each of the first 5 home games this season, so we do know that they perform very well in the warm climate of Miami. I think that should be the case once again here on Monday. And the Dolphins also have a reputation around the league of being a little bit fraudulent, but in a good way in this case, because they are really bad against good teams, but really good at beating up on the bad teams. And luckily for us, the Titans are a really bad team. Miami, I do think, will be able to get whatever it wants offensively. We saw the Colts torch this defense last week. We know Tennessee's pass defense is abysmal, and now Simmons is out for Tennessee in this game, which should affect the pass rush. I think Tua and Tyreek and Waddle and really all the weapons that they have are just going to be too much for the Titans to handle. I also think Levis turns it over a couple of times. Besides Hopkins and Henry, they really don't have many options that are worth a damn. So I do think you're looking at a spot where the Dolphins lay it on this team, and I do think that you're going to see the Dolphins win this game by at least 7 points. Play that once again here for Monday, December 11th is going to be on the Pacers money line, parlayed with the Dolphins minus 6.5, and the two-pick pays out at minus 125 on DraftKings. Bye, everyone.